Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Senator Stokowski. As someone who takes Synthroid every day for the removal of my thyroid, I want to thank Congressman Higgins for that backdrop and history of the federal government's involvement in cancer research, so I appreciate that. What we've realized here and what's been spoken today is that this report puts precise numbers to what those of us here in Western New York have known for quite some time. And that's that biotechnology and biopharma are an important, strong, and growing sector of our economy in this region and in the state. Earlier this year, my Assembly colleagues, Dennis Gaberzak, who is the chair of the Assembly Task Force on University-Industry Cooperation, Robin Schiminger, who is the chair of the Economic Development Committee, and Mark Alessi, who chairs the Subcommittee on the Emerging Workforce, and myself, held a series of discussions across the state about some of the challenges that are confronting our high-tech industries. In fact, Nathan is here today, was able to join us on Long Island and share the findings from the report with the participants there. On Long Island, in the Capital District, and in Western New York, the most often repeated concept we heard was that collaboration between our research institutions and industry is vital to the growth of high-tech industries. Biotech/biopharma is one sector where collaboration has clearly been successful. The evidence is the strength of the industry in each of the regions we visited. The evidence is in this report. The Archstone report helps show the results of how our universities and industry can work together to grow the economy in Western New York. Experience here at UB and Roswell shows how it can be done right. This report also underlines the need to support the tools to help grow this part of our economy. We know New York State still lags behind other states and regions in terms of biotech, biopharma employment. We must accelerate our efforts to compete with Massachusetts and California, and more importantly, those of us here today are committed to increasing the share in Western New York. As we approach negotiations for the 2010-2011 budget, it's important that we try to maintain critical support for biotechnology R&D efforts. We need to continue to support the investments that we have made so far. We need to continue to support our CAT program, and we need to continue to provide operating support for the centers of excellence. We are continuing to invest. Through the Empire State Stem Cell Foundation, $600 million is committed to advance stem cell science in New York. During the past year, the state invested $118 million to support promising stem cell scientists through the development of new infrastructure, research, and training, with about $7 million coming here to Western New York. As you know, this includes several researchers here at Roswell. Another point I want to emphasize is the need to improve our commercialization efforts. At the Assembly roundtables, notably the one here in Western New York, it was pointed out that the state needs to provide more support for commercialization to help develop the ideas at our universities into companies and into jobs. I know that these are difficult times. That's a well-worn phrase that many of my colleagues have heard a lot over the past couple of months. But investments bringing innovation from the lab to the marketplace, creating well-paying jobs for New Yorkers takes time and money, especially in the field of biotechnology. I am working with my colleagues to develop legislation that I hope can help with this problem with the limited resources that we have, and that gives special recognition to the often higher cost and longer time frames to commercialize biotechnology, biopharma technologies. Also, there is a need to create an incentive to encourage more investment in research activities in New York State. One option we are examining is establishing a new research expenditure credit based on a federal model. Such a credit would provide a familiar structure for businesses seeking to conduct R&D in New York State. We're also taking a look at some other options, such as incentives for angel investors and commercialization activities to help stimulate investment and jobs in such sectors as biotechnology. As we near the start of the legislative session, I encourage you to contact me with your suggestions to what we need to do to help biotech and biopharma, and indeed all our technology-based industries here in New York. I hope that we can revisit this study in a couple of years, and I expect that when we do, that we will find further growth and strength if we make the right investment decisions now. I really appreciate the efforts that all of you here are putting forward to grow our biotechnology and grow our biopharma industries here in Western New York. And I certainly appreciate the efforts of the biopharma industry and my colleagues in the Senate and certainly in our federal government through Brian Higgins and Congresswoman Louise Slaughter. Thank you very much, and I look forward to your suggestions.